Hello, class, and Merry Christmas. I chose to do my project on the ADRC, and it's called ADRC Barron, Rusk, Washburn counties with Spooner location. And I found out that while I was researching to do this, that Washburn County is kind of in a special situation. We have a unit of aging, and our ADRC is still part of that. They have not split the two yet. And our mission statement for ADRC is to provide older adults and people with physical or developmental intellectual disabilities the resources needed to live with dignity and security and achieve maximum independence and quality of life. It's their goal to empower individuals to make these informed choices and to streamline across to the right and appropriate services and support. The ADRC vision statement is to provide services with the utmost integrity. The staff of ADRC, Barron, Rusk, and Washburn counties will work as a team, respecting individuals' perspectives while collaborating together. The Washburn County of Aging is part of the Wisconsin Aging Network, and it's affiliated with the Greater Wisconsin Agency of Aging Resources, which is GRAAR initials, and it is one of the 3 regional agencies on aging in Wisconsin that administer federal and state resources for the development program and services for older adults. The GWAAR mission statement is to deliver innovative support to lead agencies as we work together and promote and enhance the well-being of older people in Wisconsin. The demographics that Washburn County serves is about 6,100, and they're figuring that by the year 2040 we will have 8,500, the 60 plus aging population. And they receive their funding from state, local, and federal government grants, donations from the community, and personal donations from the businesses and individuals. Linda Hand is the Washburn County Unit of Aging Director, but she is a supervisor of the ADRC Spooner location. She graduated from WITC with her gerontology degree just last May, and she used to work up at Hayward, Sawyer counties. And the ADRC's eligibility criteria is, of course, you must be a citizen of Washburn County and 60 plus or disabled individual. They promote successful aging by having wellness programs. They have a really great nutrition program, senior centers, education and physical courses from WITC, and they have many, many volunteers. And there's 14 paid in full staff that they employ. And 4 of these employees are site managers for the meals. Washburn County services Spooner, Shell Lake, Minot, and Birchwood. And those are all, we have meals that people can get from there. And I really enjoyed speaking with Linda, and since she's been a supervisor in Spooner, she has added some really great programs. She stated she's really happy about the number of wellness programs they are incorporating. And they just recently started offering Tai Chi in different locations recently, and they're hoping to have that program go into other rural communities in our county. And they do a lot of technology. They use emails. They have a resource directory for each individual county, which you can go on their website, adrc.connections.org, and you can get a specific county's whole entire resource folder. And They use a lot of Skype conversations when they're talking with other agencies or other ADRCs, and they're trying to format this so it gets used more. Linda was also telling me that they're busy trying to prepare to increase the elderly population over the next few years. They still have struggles with not enough transportation, and especially if you're disabled or need a special transportation. Uh, they recently bought a van. They train individuals to drive and work with the individuals that they pick up. And they also paired up with RSVP uh, transportation in our area. And the nice thing I liked about training is there's a lot of people that used to come out to my friend's house and they had no idea how to lift or help a person that's disabled. So training them for this is a really good thing that they're doing. And she said that they have they're really short on caregivers, but on the other hand, they've made a great improvement in their senior nutrition programs. They have added a memory cafe and a breakfast for the brain program in Spooner, and are also developing some of the other cities in Washburn County to do the same. She also stated that we need to set a plan of action as to how we are going to best serve our citizens. Baby boomers are coming of age, and they're creating issues such as ones as how to best serve our citizens. And the baby boomers that are coming of age are creating issues such as expectancy is longer, people are staying more active, and the elderly are wanting to take active role in the decisions that are being planned for their futures. And during their meeting when they were preparing their 3-year county plan, they set up the following goals. In the advocacy related activities, one of the goals was to assist older adults in better understanding of local programs and processes. They want to educate and encourage older adults to vote. I guess they're having problems with that in our county. And they want to educate them that they can do their substitute vote, or that there are people that will come and get them and take them to their voting centers. They also want to support and expand the local advocacy efforts. And their next section of goals was in the nutrition programs. And because of the growing population in Washburn County, they currently have a workforce shortage of people who are qualified and willing to work at the senior meal sites. It is a goal with some area schools, some employment agencies, and regional workforce development to gain a larger workforce by December 31st, 2021. They also want to continue to meet the nutritional needs of the growing age population, and they want to offer more options to nutrition education. And with this one, they're going to pair up with some local chefs and with WITC, and because they offer cooking classes. And their goal is to provide 3 nutrition education sessions by December 31st of 2019. And then in their services in caregiver support, Washburn County ADC RC was able to provide homemaker and chore work programs for caregivers, but now they can't find enough caregivers and they have a lot of people on the waiting list. The ADRC's goal is to secure a contract with either a qualified agency so they can provide these services, and they're hoping to accomplish this by December 31st of 2019. They also would like to provide additional education to caregivers on the topic of grieving in Washburn County, and they want to do this through the partnership of the other agencies, and it would be open to the public, and they have at least 8 caregivers that would come. This is also a goal they're hoping to reach by December 31st, 2019. And in the past, we have always had toenail and foot care relieving caregivers of doing the non-covered medical services. But now only Shell Lake Medical Indian Head Center will do it. And they don't provide the services for anywhere else in the county, just in Shell. And what they would like to do is either once again try to partnership with Indian Head Medical or another agency so they can go to other people's homes and especially get into the homes of the homebound people by December 21st, 2021. They set some special goals up for services to people with dementia, and there's a group called the DICE, but they're uh, that means describe, investigate, create, and evaluate. And they can offer training sessions to the caregivers of people living with dementia. And those sessions help them learn more knowledge and confidence of how to manage the behavioral changes that are caused by dementia. And they're hoping to at least reach 3 caregivers by the end of this year to get into this training. They also would like to facilitate dementia-friendly community initiatives, and they'd like to do 5 new businesses and or faith-based organizations and by 2020. I've taken this dementia-friendly class, and it is amazing what you learn. And then in helping aging, they want to do Tai Chi, moving for better balance, because it's an evidence-based falls prevention program, and it would be expanded to other rural communities of Washburn County, and they're hoping to reach at least 10 more participants by the end of the year. They're also continuing on being successful in holding evidence-based programs, and they're hoping to expand. And there's 4 program areas: LW, HLWD, and SO and PTC. And they want a partnership with one agency or organization who will help them facilitate these programs and recruit for help. They also are the Walk with Ease program. Excuse me, and sorry. We have the Walk with Ease evidence-based walking program, and that helps people with arthritis. And that's going to start up again in Washburn County, and they're going to have 1 trained leader, and they want 8 participants by 2021. In our local priorities, they want to expand the specialized transportation, and the Transportation Coordinating Committee will work with to form partnerships and advocate and educate the public and also our local representatives for support in increased funding, staffing, and recruitment of volunteers as a top priority. And they want this done by 2021. They also want to continue the outreach and inform the public of what programs and services are available. They want to rotate the staff, and they're hoping to schedule at least 4 per year. They're called coffee chats. And what they do is they go to a certain place and they have coffee and they have an open forum, and people can ask questions and then get answers on the services provided by our Washburn County ADRC. And the future of transitional care for the elderly following a discharge from a hospital or nursing home is of great concern. One of the things they're doing is they're advocating some kind of form of partnerships with the hospitals and the clinics and health insurance companies to financially support in providing Meals on Wheels deliveries and transportation for them after they are discharged. Some of the services we offer in Washburn County is we have the senior centers dining and activities like Meals at 5, home delivered meals. They have a chore program. They're hoping to develop more. We have a chores and cares program that they would really like to develop further. They just started a caregiver support program. They have health and wellness programs. They have an information and assistance specialist who is Anna Brown, and she's very good. And then they have an elderly benefit specialist and also a disability benefit specialist. They have emergency preparedness to help the people with. They offer transportation programs, and as I said, they're working with RSVP, which is let's see, RSVP. It's a retired volunteers senior program, and other seniors are coming in and helping with these different things. And I really feel that the states and counties making these 3-year plans are a really good idea because it helps us keep an eye on how fast our aging population is growing. And changes can be made over time, not just all at once. It's like 10 years down the line, we're going to say, oh my God, we got this huge increase. Now what are we going to do? But I think by giving the public more education and information and starting to plan for this increased aging population, we'll have better recommendations and more informed services for the people. Like I said, my agency is ADRC, Barron, Rusk, and Washburn County's Spooner location, and their supervisor is Linda Hand. And the Washburn County Board of Supervisors and the Washburn County Unit of Aging both are governing bodies of the ADRC. And they do the entire Washburn County, and we have one of the biggest counties in the state of Wisconsin. We serve all elderlies that are 60 plus and disabled in Washburn County, and we have a wide band of culture diversity. We have Native Americans, and some of them live on the LCR reservation land in Hayward, and there's other areas that are, like in Stone Lake, that are LCR reservation. And we have Hispanic immigrants. We got a lot of those coming in, and of course, there's our elderly white Caucasians in Washburn County. So we got a little bit of diversity there. And our mission, well, I already told you our mission statement. And they say, who are we from? And the ADRC, Barron, Rusk, Washburn counties are one agency out of 63 counties in Wisconsin. And the Unit of Aging is part of Wisconsin Aging Network. And it's affiliated with that GWAAR. And we are hoping to promote and protect and enhance the well-being of all of our senior in Washburn County. And the strategic planning for them is in the objectives in the Washburn County Plan on Aging for 2019-21, which I already went over with you. And funding and payment for services and regulatory compliance. It was created under the Washburn County Unit of Aging, and that was created under the federal mandates outlined in the Older Americans Act. And they receive funding from local, state, federal government grants, area business donations, and personal community donations and other services. Their auditing and documentation reviews are performed by the Washburn County Board of Directors on a regular basis, and they have no charge for any of their services, but they do accept donations. Volunteerism is one of our major components for all the services that we provide in the county. An internship for students is also used, but we have to forward that approval to Barron County, and then they give us approval for it, and then people can intern at the Washburn County area one. And some of the future trends and challenges are the aging of baby boomer generation. And like I said, the Washburn County Plan on Aging has 6 priority areas: advocacy related items, elderly nutrition programs, services in support of caregivers, services in people with dementia, healthy aging, and local priorities. And also, we want to serve more of our bilingual groups like the Native Americans and the Spanish. And one thing I've noticed about the ADRC and Spooner, it is very clean, and their staff is very courteous and friendly. They have a really good section on one wall. They've got individual things where they keep all their pamphlets, and they're all fronted really nice, so you can walk in there and grab a pamphlet and whatever you need. And they seem to really keep up with technology. And the nice thing is if you're having problems and you say you see the resource book and it gives a list, it'll give you a list of caregivers that they know of different agencies. You can just print that out. You don't just have to print out the whole entire book. You can print out each section what you need, and that's all. Well, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed my speech, and thanks a lot. Bye.